Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called the Flower Patch, where we make beautiful wreaths, decoration for the home, swags, tabletop centerpieces and more. I just want to say I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I've been extra busy, guys. I had planned to do things in the house, but I came in my workshop and I went through every one of my 68 buckets and tidied them out. It took me 2 days, but I finally finished at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. My arm is in agony, but that don't stop me. So everything is organised properly, back to how it should. I didn't touch them. Now I've done them, but I've separated things and put things in their own buckets and moved things out of the way, and I have been extremely busy. So today, now everything is organised, we are going to make a Valentine's wreath. I've had a request from one of my friends who actually is trying to do artificial flowers, just not on a regular basis, just a one-off, and she would like me, as she subscribed, to watch one of my videos. So the wreath we are going to do, I've already attached the bows and the sign. So that is what we have. We have all 5-inch loops. We have the Happy Valentine's Day with the truck. We have the deco web meshing. We have the I love you ribbon and the white deco mesh deco web ribbon, should I say. I've made a waterfall loop coming down to where I've done one of each colour, the red, the white and just the love, just hanging down. I could have added the truck, but I just wanted 3 tail ends hanging at the bottom. And then I've got my love art sign, where it's just got a love art tilted onto one side, with just red love arts and a few little dots around the side. So that is what we're going to do today. And because the sign is here, I'm only going to do again another half wreath. So that's the plan for today. And I'm also going to try and just stick to red and white. Usually the traditional tent in the UK, where people like red and white roses together. They are starting with red and pinks, but I thought we'll just stick to the red and white, and then add foliage and maybe little bits of other things. So let's just quickly go through, instead of bringing all the bushes, guys, as I've packed them all up, and everyone has got a rubber band around them. Everyone. And I've found things at the bottom of my buckets I didn't even realise I'd still got. So I've just taken off the bunch some stems, long stems of my forsythia, which is a limey green, that I'd like to add in to just around the side as a long movement. Got one of my hairs on there. Can't you tell I've been going through them? I've took out some because it's red and white, and the variegated ficus has the white in. I've took out some longer pieces of my oddments, and we're going to use those. Instead of using the eucalyptus silver dollar, my favourite, I'm going to use the eucalyptus cinerea. the most common one, and again I've took out, and when I've put them on here, I've also put a rubber band on them while they're on here as well. So these aren't just out of my bucket like this. So I've took out a few stems of the eucalyptus snary. I've also done the same with my fern, my rubber textured fern. I've took out just the single stems. That's another thing, guys. Things that didn't have stems on or needed a stem on as well over the weekend. I went and put picks on everything that needed it as well. So long weekend, worthwhile. So I've got my rubber textured fern also. Now I've also took out some of these as well. These are flocked, and these are I love these. I need to get some more. I've only got a few left, but some of these ferns were beautiful. So I thought for movement we could add some of those. And for filler foliage, I've decided to get some of our bay leaves, a lighter colour, and also Fortunia as well, which these didn't have a stem on, none of these guys over the weekend, so I placed stems on the whole bunch. Even those that did, I tore them off and placed them all on their own stem. So we've got that. And for our flowers, I've got 9 roses in the red, big red open roses, and the buds in the white. So we've also got those as well. I have got out, now these that haven't been used yet, but these are little stems of gypsophilia that I wish to incorporate around it as well, because gypsophilia is a popular thing to do in the UK with Valentines. So we're going to add some gypsophilia. Now I've also got these. Oh, one moment, there's a knock on the door. I didn't think we were going to get disturbed. One moment, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Oh my goodness, I suppose it's better now than halfway through. So yes, where was we? Calla lilies. Now I have got these out. I think that I'd like to put these maybe around the edge for a bit of colour. So that's the reason I've got out the calla lilies. I could have had some daisies, in fact, or white chrysanthemums. I may actually place those in. Who knows? I'll keep them here just to be on the safe side. And last of all, well, I say last of all, I've got some little rattan love arts that I've placed on picks myself, again over the weekend, as there was all in a package, and I thought all the packages that were at the bottom of my bucket that I forgot about, get them on picks so I can see them. And I've got the odd glittery one and also the gloss one as well. And also I've got some twigs. I want to scatter these around the side as well. Oh, I want to add some wispy bits, but twiggy, but they've got love arts. And because the sign has got pink and white and red dots, these have got pink in them. I didn't want to use pink as my floral, so that's the only little bit of pink, like the dots. So I'm going to incorporate. So that, guys, is what we are going to do today. So, oh, you know what? Even though I've actually cleared all my stuff, everything, I said to my husband last night, I'm really looking forward to starting work again tomorrow because everything's all done, finished, and I haven't got to worry about it. Because I have been like, well, not worrying, but it's been on my mind thinking I must get it done, I must get it done. So instead of doing the housework, Well, it's not dirty because I'm clean anyway, but I thought, oh, let's get in here. I love flowers anyway, so why not? I can go through all of my buckets and maybe get a surprise of what I've got and what I didn't realise, which I did. So, what a surprise. Right, I'm going to place in our forsythia. I've cut 3 stems and left a bunch because there's 3 on a stem. So I thought if I cut 3 off first. So I've been trying to prepare, but and plus, like I say, with everything now on their own picks, there's nothing what's not got a pick. Win-win. I can just crack on. So let's do that. So I'm going to start and place one up here for a bit of height. Oh guys, if you've had the is it the storm something, I forget, I don't know where they get the names from to call these storms names, but we have had torrential wind to the point where my next door neighbour's aerial had fell off of his chimney. So be careful, everybody. So we're going to place again like some of these around, and because I've got 2 there, we'll bring a 3rd here, bring this in slightly. Let's take that tag off. Gosh, I'm already covered with glue. And I'm going to stick one, a smaller one here. And I'm just adding these for the movement. You can manipulate them and bend them. Oh, I might cut this one a little bit shorter. And again, I'm going to go under here. Bring one down in between the bow. Doesn't that look pretty already? So let's get our ficus. And again, I've got out the longer pieces. I sorted through it before I placed it on my workbench out of my oddments. I placed on the worktop, my workbench, the longer pieces. While I was busy doing my workshop, at the weekend. My husband was on the garden, and he was, even though it was windy, he was wrapped up, but he was getting picking all the leaves up again. And sorting out the garden, getting all the buckets of plant pots, should I say, ready, and placing them in a certain position on the garden so they don't get too cold and away from the wind. And he did that for 2 days as well. So we've both been really busy. And he's been tidying the garden up as well. So, and he's made a cracking job. My husband's like me, we don't like to just sit down. Let me just turn that around. May. Yeah, I'm going to place some more in just to fill it up. I'm going to make it look quite full with the ficus. I want the white to stand out. And we'll put one here. So I usually like to see, like Ebony, one of the ladies who subscribed to my channel, she thinks that my signature style is big, and I replied to her message and said it definitely is. That is my signature style, but I can do small. You know, again, when I was trained, we had to learn not just one particular size. We had to learn small, big, medium, extra large. You know, because some people for weddings like pedestals making, which can be up to 5 foot or more in height. But I do like doing small as well. I think I may put one there. Just going to turn it around a moment, everybody. And then just bend it down. And then one behind the foresight here. And then that's all my big pieces used. Oh, it's raining. Oh, I've just heard a great gush of rain on the... Oh my gosh, this English weather. think I may need one there. Let me take that and use that. No. When I was in the workshop, you never guess who I had with me. Who was it chewing on things, playing on things? And he was with me both days. And I'm Marley. He wasn't here earlier on. He was meowing. My son made me a drink and asked me what's wrong with him. I says, oh, I think he wants to go in the house. So my son took him in the house. I don't know if he's still there. So that, all my oddments of the long pieces used. Oh. Right, let's get on. I don't know what to do. Yeah, let's get the eucalyptus scenario in. So if you hear any banging, guys, it's the wind. It's terrible. I do like the movement of this. I think it's wonderful. So I'm going to place one behind our bow as well. Just place it behind this side of the bow also. I think I want one there. I'm placing them in their own, you know, quite close to each other, so you can see them. So I've got one there and it's about 6 inch away, and then I've placed another one, and then I've got another one around 6 inch. What's there? And then again here. Slightly another one at 6 inch, and then I shall bring it down here around 6 inch. I mean, if you really want to be measure how far you need to you want to place things, I mean, some professionals do. I've had to learn that, but I don't do it. I go by eye. I think it's because I'm not used to it with the placing of things. I just go by eye now. So that one's there. And then I'll place one on the end. Let's just twist it around. there. Mind you, I've got one left. The others are on their own stems. So I may bring one here. These are push-ups as well, so you can move your leaves on them to however high you'd like it. Sometimes I have done that and placed it in the centre of the bow. No, I'm not going to put another one in. I'm going to save that. Oh gosh. Right, we have got our fern. Again, I am on my second level, or layer, as we say. Let's have a look. I started on my second layer when I was placing these eucalyptus in. The first layer is the ficus and the forsythia. And again, I'm just going to place one. I'm not going any higher than what my boundary is. I'm staying within that boundary. I may actually next place these hearts in, because I think I need those around the back or on the second level layer. I call it layer or level, guys, so sorry if you're not sure what I mean. I've switched my heater off as well, because I've had it on all morning. I've got, like I say, I've got two heaters on. One's like a radiator, what's down there. So I thought, well, I'll keep that on. You won't hear the noise off of that one. And again, just manipulate them. Gone out of the side better. And again, I always say, you know, don't forget to go under your bows. I think one more near here, there's a gap here. So we need to place one there. We can't leave any gaps. So that's our fern. Oh, I've been doing that thing, guys. You know, I've been saying, my husband thinks I'm silly. When I was watching, I went through a phase watching people on YouTube who help old age pensioners or the poor. They're living in a house and that, but they can't afford financially to have the garden done. When in certain countries you get penalised if you don't keep your garden at a certain, your grass, I think about 12 inches or below. In the UK, we don't get anything like that. There's people who've left the gardens to grow really wild, and we don't get any, you know, into trouble for that. But I was going through a phase where I watched that, and my husband used to call him the strimmer man, because I used to watch a gentleman in Florida, bless him. And so then I went on a phase where I was watching dogs and cats who are having babies. I love nature. My husband just, you know, looked at me and said, "You are weird." It's not that it's freaky. I just love to see how the new mothers of animals, you know, react when they've got the first puppies or kittens. And I think it is, oh, it's really heartwarming. Now I've gone on to watching a gentleman, I think in, oh, I can't remember, I think he said Poland, I'm not sure. But he is rescuing neglected dogs who are on the street, or people who've got neglected dogs and they're not grooming them and they're all covered in mud, or big thick clumps of mud hanging from them and you can't see the faces or anything like that. And he takes them into his grooming salon and he gives them the works, and bless him, is so sweet. The poor little dog, you know, when they go in, they look terrible. And again, my husband, he just says, you know, you watch some silly things, but it's not silly because it happens in real life. And, you know, and I just think, hats off to the people who do that. You know, they've got a heart, you know, by helping, you know, save the dog's life, or the people throw dogs out and let them roam the street for 5 years or so, and they are mattered, really mattered up with mud and everything. And he gets his clippers and takes all the fur off, bathes them, you know, treats them for the vets, tests them for illnesses or anything, gives them the medication, and then he rehomes them. What a joy. I just think it's really, really nice with people. They're, you know, really sweet. And some of the sights that the poor dogs are in, oh, it's heartbreaking. Right, enough of me chatting. I'm going to be placing these twigs in, and they are on paperback. So let me get my brown tape, because they are brown. And I have cut them off. Oops. And what I want to do with these, I'm going to bend and twist them, and, you know, probably put them around my finger like that, give them a curl, you know, like this on some of the pieces, so it doesn't just look like that. Basically, I want to give it a bit of, I guess, funkiness, and I want to be placing these in and around perhaps the second level. I don't think I need to go at the back, I don't know yet, we'll have a look. But so I'm going to place these in now because it's at the near the back. So bit of paper off. I like to take off bits of the brown paper that's flaking off, because when I put my tape on, I know it's not thick, but when I put my tape on, I don't want to feel a few little lumps underneath of the paper where it's gathered. So I do like to peel those off. Like this one. And I go just slightly a bit further up than about a centimetre up from where it started peeling, and then I go down. That's not peeling, but I'm going to go over it to make it safe. Just to give it that extra little bit of protection. And that one as well is okay, but again, I'm playing it safe. So that's that. Right, I've got one what's hardly got any pink on. On this stem, so that's got more pink on. That don't feel safe. So I've got three what I've got less pink on than the others. So let me just see where I'd like to place these. You know, because they've got love hearts on. Or I may place them on near the end, guys, because I need to see how far, what room the flowers are going to take up. So that's just popped in my head. I need to take that into consideration. So let's start and put our roses in. Now I have got 9. I'm not saying that I'm going to use all 9. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but they say a dozen over here, even though it's 12, we put in 13, like an English dozen of roses, or English, you know, anything like that. It's usually instead of 12, we add 13 in. I don't know why. It can confuse people, but I want to just place some in. One, two, three, 4, 5. Now, usually it's 6 for Valentine's Day, or 12 red roses, or half a dozen roses. That's what they usually do. Oh my good gracious me. I can't see if I can get another one. There we go. So what I'm thinking of, I can't hold it on anything, guys, so I'm just going to push it in. Well, I was. Oh. We'll keep it there. What I was thinking of, I may go one close, and then where these buds are, bring these out and bring the red roses slightly in a bit, if I can. Just in around, and then the white roses bring out, and then I've got my gypsophilia that I'd like to place in and around. Oh, hold on to that. So let's just take one of these out. The middle stem is wired, but the others aren't. Let me just come and have a look. Da, 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 da. Yeah. So that's the plan that I wanted to do. So now I've got those. Let's get the roses in. Let me just turn it so I can put this one up here, guys. You know me with me not so good side. Let's cut. Oh, what am I cutting them for? I've got them placed in. Da, 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 da. I'm on it again like a car bonnet. So lift that up a bit so you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I may as well use these now. I've chopped them. Look there. It's better. And I'm placing 5 in, well 6 I want in, if I'm being quite honest. Again, half a dozen red roses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I decide to use those around the outer side, then I'll use some more. Just move that up. Bring that one up a little bit. The one there. And one there, yeah. I will turn it around, guys. I'm naughty for doing this, forgetting. And there's the last one. So then you have that effect. Doesn't that look pretty? And again, I will fluff up the bow. Now, I always like to say, if I just move that there, when you have foliage that pushes up. Now, some people think when they buy it, I had a gentleman who was starting out to ask for a bit of advice. He thought that the foliage, if it comes and it's down there on the stem, that's where it needs to stay, because they've sent it to him in the natural look. That's far from the truth. You tend to see rose leaves, if you've got multiple, then they will go down. But usually I say push your rose leaves up to the top, because then you're bringing this foliage and adding more foliage and different texture to your arrangement. Now, if you placed it down there and placed it in, that's at the bottom, you're hiding it, so you won't see it, and you'll see just a bare stem. So hence the reason when I told him push-ups mean to move your foliage up, or you know, down, or space them out. And once he had a go, and he texted me back and said, I see what you mean, it looks better pushed up. So I'm glad I could help, because we've got the foliage there at the top. If I brought it down, all you're going to see is that plain stem. Now that doesn't look good. So you need, not to my eye anyway, and you know, not to how I've been taught. By bringing it there, you're adding more foliage in around your arrangement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll save those as well. And again, we'll use the same amount that we use with these. Then, like they say, for Valentine's Day, either 12 roses is a sign of love. That's what they say over here. I'm not sure anywhere else in the world, but in the UK. So by adding these 6, there's your 12. Doesn't mean to say that you've only got 6 red roses, you only love them half as much. Please don't interpret it that way. It doesn't mean that. It's usually 6 or 12 roses are a sign of love, obviously. I had my sister-in-law whose her husband went and brought her, I think, 100 roses. Wasn't that nice? So yes, guys. So let's get this one in. Just cut it a little bit shorter. So I'm just going to place this one in again at the top. You'll see what I mean. Doesn't that look pretty against the red? How much did I take? I think it was about there. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I'm going to measure them all and cut them all at the same length, because that's the height I want them all to be. So just by putting the tips of them at the top, if you're not sure, place them on your table like that and do it that way, so then you know they are all the same height. Just straighten that one. So there you have those. So let's get these in. So again, I've got one there. I'm going to bring one, and if you've noticed, I've just placed it above that rose. So I'm going to, some people may go in between. I'm just going slightly above it, but it's not, you know, right on it. It's just going off to that side slightly. So it's not right directly above it. I'm doing the same. You haven't always got to place one there, one in the centre, one there. It does balance it out, but this is also going to be balanced out. Go underneath here again. Oh, that's lovely. Don't you think, guys? Now I've got 3 of each left. So if I wanted, I could bring a red out here. And a red out here. I'm just going to place it. I don't know if it'll sit. I'm trying to lean it. And then one up there. Like that. And then with the white ones, oh, my arm's just cracked. I could bring a white out here, just for a bit of movement on the outer side and colour. It's not going to hold. So if I can just place it on something. So one. So you've got 3 white there. I can't see. Oh, keep still. And then I could bring a white out here. And I could get more, you know. In fact, I might do that. So what have I got? 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll get some more. So 9, 10. What's that one? 11. I'm looking for if I've got any spare. They're all on a big bush. 12. I'm taking the gypsophilia off. I did on the others. I took the gypsophilia off because I've got gypsophilia here. So that's 3. So then in that case, I'll save that. If we're going to do 12 of each, Let's take these out. Got to think which ones they are. Right. So what we're going to do, instead, to have all the floral coming around the side, where there's that white one, this is now where we're balancing it even more. That will go there, the red. I need to lean it on something, guys. But if you get my gist, so then there's your 3 red triangles. Now then you use that one on that triangle. Here, 1, 2, and then you place that there, where the white is. 1, 2, 3, and so on. Then you use this one on the second triangle, the corner of that, to make this triangle. So then you go 1, 2, 3 for that triangle, and so on all the way. So again, then you use this one, and then place a red one here. I'll lean it on that to have a triangle here, and then you use that one for that one, and then you've got your triangle here. Now you've got one left. Now you could use that one, and place that there. I'll lean it with the white, there's nothing to hold it, but you get what I mean. And there's your triangle there. So there your red roses. Then now you do the same with your white. Where your 2 white are, you bring an extra white in and bring it next to that rose, the red one. And then you've got your white, you bring another one in and bring it next to that rose. If you can see what I'm doing, there's your white, and then again, bring it out. Trying to see where I can lean it on anything. Oh. But you know what I mean, guys, by doing it like that. Let me just look. And then you've got a really big full wreath. So that's what we're going to do. So let's take out and start. Got to think which ones we need to add in now. I'll put that one. Right. So we're going to add these in now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one missing. Oh, it's here. 6. So if you see what I'm saying now, and then that will, you can leave it like that, and then just add your little bits. You know, if whether it be your wispy flowers, it doesn't have to be the calla lilies, and bring those here for the movement. But if you want a full big Valentine's wreath full of flowers, then that is how you do it. So I think, because then I won't have to use the calla lilies, I don't think. So let's do that, guys. So again, we've got, oh, I've cut it, I needed the length. Oh, silly me. I need the length on them. So I'll get the pick out and the tape. Oh, that's on the end roll. So we'll start this new one. So I'm going to go halfway up with my pick. And I'm going to come down and I'm going below the stem of the rose onto the pick by about an inch. And then I'm just going to go halfway back up because I need that length for that to come out here. So I'm going to do that on all of them, just to be on the safe side. If I have to cut them, I have to cut them, but at least I know that I've got that length. And I know I've got enough for it to go in and stick out. I'm all right with the white roses, they come on at extra long stems, but these red roses aren't on a long stem. So, hence the reason I'm adding picks. I try to be quick, guys. I try to do it at the speed that I'd do it if I was off camera, because I'm sure you all know now how to place it on. There we go. So that is all of them done. I'll move those picks out of the way. So now let me get my first one in. Again, use those two roses as your triangle, the flat piece of your triangle, and this is going to be the point of your triangle. So even though that white rose is there, that's all right. So now you're going to go and place this in the lower area just below the white, but it's got its own spacing around the white. It's not up together like that, that it's hiding the white. So bring it just slightly lower, so them two pieces there make your first triangle. So that is where we're going to place those. So if I just lift up my bow, so there is your first one. It's not next to it's near it, but it's got about 2 inches away from each rose there. So they've all got their own space. And basically, as we used to say, they can breathe. Unless if you're doing a compact one, then they will have to be next to each other. And the same in here. Now that's your thing, you use that corner of this first triangle to make your second triangle. So it's corner, corner, point. So then you go in, And again, just go below that white one, giving it another round at about an inch space away from it. So there's your triangle again. Hi, hub. So that is your spacing again between these. So then you now use this corner of the second triangle and this one above it to make your third triangle. I hope that makes sense. Again, just placing it, as you can see, they're just the bottom here of the rose, as we call the neck, the bottom, or the top of the neck, meaning that is the neck, is just basically sitting or placed where the white, if you put them together, would be directly under it. And that is how far I'm having them apart. So let's use that one. So 1, 2, and then place our other one here. If I can get it in. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. As you can see, that is directly underneath that white rose, above the white rose. So the white rose sits underneath the top neck of that, and that's how it is placed in here in this arrangement. So now you have your third triangle. And again, do it again. I'll keep repeating myself, guys, in case, I know I've told you how to do it on the first one, but some people don't get, you know, it doesn't, they can still get confused even if you just, you know, say it once. So I like, you know, and some people, when I've watched videos, say it once and that's it. And then the people who are watching, especially beginners, think, oh, I didn't get that. So they have to rewind and keep rewinding till they understand, or, you know, so they're not confused anymore. Now I am repeating myself as I go up so they can see, so they have got 6 attempts of watching me do it, and then fingers crossed they're not confused anymore. So we'll do it again, like I say, using this one and this one. So that's the corner of this one with triangle we've just done. So there's a corner, we're using that corner, this one is a corner, and this is your point. So there is your white rose. So you will place this just there, and if you want to do the measuring, the white rose is sitting under, right, the top of the white rose is directly under the bottom of the red rose. So, and they've got again about an inch gap between, an inch to 2 inch gap between each other. So they've got their own space and they can breathe. So that is that one. This is your 5th one. Oh, I've started unpeeling it. What have I done? Cut it again. And again, there is your rose and there is your rose. So use, this is the one of the 4th one. So now you're using the corner of that, and there's your white rose. So you're using this rose as your point of your triangle. So if I can just then bring it around here. Again, your white rose sits underneath the neck of that one, that white rose. So there's your triangle again on this one. So now we've got 1 rose left, and again here and here we could place it here. Oh, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me, guys. I didn't think we was going to get anywhere to the point where we was going to sneeze. So let me cut that. And then we can place this here. Now this hasn't got a triangle at the bottom. You could do it for this and use that, but that wouldn't have a triangle there either. But by placing that there, you will see a triangle like this. I think personally this needs it up here. So now this is where like it looks like you've tilted the triangle on its side. So by using that and then that, there's your point of your triangle. So, well, it becomes a triangle. There becomes like that, your triangle, or you can do your triangle flat piece to the point, like that. So you'll always, because they're in threes, you'll always have that triangle position. So then you bring, if you want to bring that up high, you again, like that, and that's how you position it again. So that's where we'll place that one. So if I just turn it, guys, and just again position it where it's the white rose sits, and again there you have your red rose. Now you do the exact same procedure with your white roses, and I'm going to go through it again with your white roses because they are lower down. So I'll explain how to do it again with these. So let me just see, because now there is your, this is the flat piece of your triangle, this is your point again. So you use these two white ones, get your point, and you place that above the red rose, where the bottom of this rose here is, if you'd measure it, would sit like that, but you bring it out, but it would, that's the spacing you need. So where that, which is that board is around 2 inches, so it would go in that far, but you'd bend it down, so then you've got space between these two flowers. So let me just turn it and measure it. So where I need to cut, then I can cut the rest. I don't need that much. Take that off. So now I've done that, I will measure all of my stems, because these are longer now, because these are going on the outer side. And again, if you're not sure and you think, oh gosh, I don't think I've cut that level, place them both upside down on your workbench. I don't know if you can see actually. Place them upside down on your workbench like that, with the heads touching the bottom. And then you can see where this shorter one finishes. Cut it. And again, do it again, or place it in your hand, whichever's easier for you. There's the shorter one, as you can see. Place it there, then grab them together, the stems. You can see where the short ones finishes, cut it. And that's what I did with the red roses as well. You can place them in your hand or on your worktop to measure, to give them that measurement of the same height. That's if, some people, they doubt themselves that they're cutting it the right height. So that's another way of doing it. So that's all those. Let me just get my coffee, guys. My hubby's brought me coffee. 2 days and I get my cup at my mug warmer. just see that you can see. I think so. Another year older in 2 days. Oh, goodness gracious me. So now I've cut those. Again, we may not need everything on here. You know, this is, I want to show you how to place in your roses, because then I need these swirly bits then to see where I want to place those. So let me just see. I'll put the first one in. So again, your 2 white ones there. Now this is what I call the point rose, to make that triangle, is going below now this red one. So again, we'll do it where now if you look, that now is where I've placed this rose in the wreath. So the red is touching underneath the white. So then you get your white rose and you just bring it down, bend it down slightly. So now you've got, I'm terrible with this side. So now with your white flowers, roses, you've got your first triangle. I could have sworn I've just caught myself on something. I can't see anything. So again, now ignore those 2, use this corner of your first triangle. And there's your second rose here. So between those 2 roses, you need to place this one below that rose, where around that height. So your red rose is touching the bottom or underneath the white rose, and then just bend it down so it's got its space. So we'll do that. So lift up around your red rose. Yeah. Got glue on there. Oh my cat. Oh my cat. So there is your 2 white roses, and there is your third triangle. Let me just slightly manipulate that over. There, so it's got its own space between the red rose. So there is your second triangle. Let me let my naughty boy in. You won't come in? You won't come in? Come on then. Don't be naughty. Be good today. No chewing today. Yes. You're cold. You've been outside. Hey. You've been outside. No chewing. I know what you like when you get close. I've not got nothing. Oh gosh. You know what, guys? I'm going to place those there. Oh, sorry. So, move your tail then. Why do you always have to stand in front of the flowers? Stay there, stay there. I've moved them out your way so you can't chew them. No. So again, there's your white rose, there's your other white rose. Now you need to be placing this one in underneath. With just, Molly, the red one to that length. I know I shouldn't have let him in, guys. No, stay there, stay there, stay there. You can't. Sorry, guys. It is a nuisance. Honestly. It just right on where the flowers are. I don't know why, guys. I really don't. If I place them over there, he'll only keep coming back. So, but he has to have his body touching and be right in front of my belly. Look. Don't rub you. It's not real. You're not in the garden. Molly, stop rubbing your body up against these beautiful flowers. Stay there. So that is what we're going to do. You will if you get hot glue on you. Yes. Oh, goodness gracious me. So that is where the red rose finishes underneath the bottom of your white rose. So that's the correct, no, that's the correct, see, he's got me now. That's the correct position. So then when you let go, you've got that gap with your rose and red rose as well. So then you've now formed with the white ones another triangle. And we're going to do that all the way up. Again, use this one, the one inner side rose, and that one at the top there. And there's your rose where you go by, the one what's furthest out. And then that will go here to form your white triangle. We've done the red triangles. We are now on our white. So let me just get that glue string off me. Again, your red rose finishes just underneath, you can see, the white rose. So then let go, and your white rose just moves away from the red. So there is your, or the fourth triangle. No, 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 no. Stay there. Stop it. And again, we'll do it with these two. And we're going where this rose is here, the point of the red rose. So as you can see, this white rose and the red rose, I just moved the foliage. The white rose, the red rose, sorry, sits just under the bottom of the white rose. So then once it does that, you know it's in the correct position. So then you have your triangle there. So now, because I want to see, just that one was there. We put the red one up there, so I may put the white one down here. Do I? Actually no, it looks better up at the top. So again, we do the same thing. And this one, position it where the red rose was, just pull it out a little, where the red rose sits underneath. Like that. So that is now, because you've got your white here, that, I can't see, maybe it wrong way round, I've placed it in. One moment, guys. Oh my gosh, it sets immediately. It's not balancing correctly by placing it like that. Let me come in and just have a look. Yeah, so now you've got your triangle there. So that is all your floral. So let me just pop out and have a look from afar. Oh my goodness, guys, that is huge. I should have done a 6-inch bow. I wasn't planning on going to use all these roses, but oh, like Ebony says, it's my signature piece. And David, he says, big iris, big. Fluff up the bow. That goes in the centre. Like that. So that is those. Again, we may not need everything on here. Oh gosh, these are something he likes. These are something he likes. Oh. Da, da, da. Oh, I shouldn't encourage him. I really shouldn't. Again, now I'm just putting a few little swirls on them, and some I'm not. I'm just bending, just manipulating it. So, do you have to, Brumin, put your body on? I think these would be better. Let's have a look. Yeah, around the back, in between the white roses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I haven't got 6, so we'll have to do it every 2. Oh no, I've got 5 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me get another one, guys. Six. Oh, they do tangle. It has to have his back area near me. Oof. No, don't you chew. Don't you chew. I'm warning you, young man. You'll be grounded. Right, so with these, let me just put tape on this one because I haven't got tape on this one. Even though it comes as a single stem like this, again, I don't take that chance. So I'm going to place where these 2 white roses are at the back. I'm going to place one of these, and I've got 6 here. So this is just the funky feeling around it. So I'll keep it facing your way. Let me have a cup of coffee. Oh, it's going cold already. I keep saying it, guys. Hurry up that mug warmer. Right. Let's dip this. I'm not cutting these because I need the length of the stem. And again, and once I've placed them in, I am going to poke some of them through. So I'm just going to place them in first. Oh gosh. Again, in between the white roses at the back. Oh, Sandra, I hope your dogs don't look up today when I've told Marley no. A lady subscriber who got some dogs when I was telling Marley off and I told him no. Her dogs looked at the screen. It's just that it's a nuisance. Oh, white. If they don't look right when I turn them round and they look too much, I will pull them out or pull some of them out. One, two. White. I can't see the other white one. Let's see. Can't see that from the back. No. Don't know if that one's. Let's pull some through. You just have to play around with them, you know, until you are actually happy with how they are sitting. What's that one? I have to think then. Bring this one through a little bit more. I'm sure my cat, when he goes, he's in the house, because he's been in the house and he's always eating, as you know. I'm sure when it comes to him coming back to me, he has eaten as much as he can and he stinks of fish. Oh, it's... Just twist that a minute. Yeah, I think they're all right. If I turn that round to you guys, let me come and have a look. Yeah, they're not too much because they're only small little beads. They don't stand out too much, so they don't look odd. Right, let's have a look. Again, I've got these love hearts. I don't want to place too much in of one thing. So, but because they're only tiny, do I just place the odd one? Yeah. 2, 3. Now, do I just place 3? 1, 2, no, 5. Do I do 6? 4. Let's just get 6 out. And let's just take it from there. Now again, these are the rattan love hearts. So I'd want one perhaps there. One on this end as well. I mean, obviously I've got to place them in correctly. I'm just, again, as I always say, position your things first, just to see if that's how you'd like them to be. I mean, that one's drooping, but it goes up, it will stick out. 2. Yeah, we're going to do that. So I don't need those. So we're going to place, I mean, as you can see, the rattan love hearts are in, well, placed in. I've put one either end here, and then I've put 6, obviously, you know, like we say, half a dozen red roses or half a dozen love hearts, you know, etc. like that. Now, get off. So we're going to place those in. Because you can't see these love hearts very much on here, because they're only really dinky, we're going to have some love hearts where you can actually see them. So again, let's get the first one in at the end on this side. Stick that there. Do the one up here. You see how he watches me. Sandra, you made me laugh when you said Marley's here for quality control purposes. Oh, you're not kidding. I feel like I'm being, you know, examined. Just making sure everything's done correctly. That's that one. So now we can work our way around. So lift up that. Just place it in a bit more. And the position that I'm placing these are around the centre. Here, look, around this area. So that's 4. Oh, I might need that. Yeah. Behind the bow. So they're all placed in and around the centre area. So if I just turn that round, doesn't it look magnificently big and beautiful? What a diamond of a colour for love. Right, gypsophilia and then foliage. I don't think, if I'm being quite honest, that we don't need any flowers around the edge. I'm not sure, because we've got our roses, so I think it's just these bits. So gypsophilia, this also adds just bring that down there. Because we've got white mainly from below the red here, I'm bringing in to balance the white out. I know it's here and then one lower, so you may think that is closer to the centre, which it is, but the red is sitting alone in the centre of the wreath. So we need to bring a slight little bit of white to bounce off of the red and to bring the reds more alive. So the reason I'm just going for a little bit of gypsophilia, it's only tiny, it's not going to take away the look of the red roses, and it's just going to bring them alive. And again, I'm going in between the red. I'm just going to place these just to show you, and then we'll get them in. Again, I'm just manipulating. The ones that haven't got stems wiring, I just bend over lightly. Be careful because they may break. So just to manipulate it down a little bit, just bend it. These are very fragile, so I don't want to bend it as much as I may do on some of my others. I mean, I've got some other white gypsophilia that is much, much stronger, but these are really tiny and delicate, and this is why I wanted to use these so they wouldn't take up too much away from our beautiful wreath. Let's again, I'll place that there. That needs to go there. You see how it's getting closer, guys? It's terrible. Don't think so. I may. Oh, Marley. Will you stop? I know you love me, but when I'm working, think we may need one on the end here as well. Yeah. So let's put that in our bucket. Again, I don't think, let me just have a look. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Haven't I got a spear that I cut off the other day? No, definitely not those. I think, yeah, we need to have something still on it. Right, let's get our gypsophilia in. Right, and I'm going again where the red roses are, in the centre. I can't see. Let me just turn it around, guys. I think I might need to chop that a bit more. I'm not directly putting it flat. I am letting it sit out to where around the similar top of the roses. So it's coming out to around the top of those. It's not being pushed in as filler. Oops. Again, under our bow. Again, I will turn it round, guys. I can see it from the back. And then one there. Turn it. So that's how I've placed the gypsophilia in. Again, let me just pop out and have a look. Oh yes, doesn't that look beautiful? Right, when I said, oh, I don't know, because these are, as you know, guys, calla lilies are very fine. In between the white roses and the, well, in between the two red roses on the outside. Oh gosh. Ollie, let me just... Because I know we've got... Oh, Marley. Let me get the filler in first. Not maybe too big. Oh, now you're sitting down. Now you are. Oh, no, you're not. I tell you, I speak to... I'm sure he can understand me. I bet he was thinking, oh, no, I'm not. Right, because this is light in colour, it will look lovely against the red roses. I've got glue on my mat. So what I'm wanting to do, again, is filler. I'm going to place these in so you can see. No. Oh. Does anybody want to look how close it gets? I think I need a variation. I don't just want a ring around the centre here. So I'm going to be bringing some on me. I'm just checking, guys, how it's going to look with the variation of filler foliage. Don't want to hide the sign. Again, I'm just placing. Yeah, I think that's better. I'll grab one. So. I think where it might be, what's bugging me, is at the back, in between the white roses, I could see a gap. Gaps all the way around. And I need just something. Let me carry on positioning these first. So what colour did I finish with? What I'm doing is I'm going Fortunia, bay leaves, Fortunia, bay leaves. That's what I'm trying to do, just to give it that variety. Because again, I don't want the same going all the way around. See now, if I put something big there, it's going to squash the bow. So, and then Fortunia underneath there. And then bay leaf. Like that. Yeah. So, I mean, bear in mind it's not sat in correctly just yet, but if you can see around here and here, going round, I put Fortunia, bay leaf, so on and so on and so on, going around. But when you saw me say about the back here, through, you can see through it. And this is what I was saying, where we need something, but I mean, that looks nice, but it's thin. You'll still be able to see through it. So hence the reason why then you can place in a thicker fern at the back, or a fuller leaf like the aspidistra, just to hide, or the elephant ears. Let's see. Gosh, I know where everything is now. Let's try the elephant ears. Where am I in whiting? Again. No, then I don't know now. Da, 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 da. You see, or you can put fatsia in. I mean, that is very big. Now, what did I have? Oh, I had these. If I can get a few. I cut them off a plant to use as, yeah, perfect. Right, I'll just grab the others. It was on a plant, guys, and I basically cut them off. I don't know how many I've got. 5. I can't remember what the plant were. I've got that one of the others, but in a different texture. But it is this plant. If I show it you. Sorry for messing about, but I just want you to see what I'm on about. It's a right. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly. Sansevieria stem. So a Sansevieria plant. And that's what that is. But it's in a different texture. This is really good quality. Really thick. And for just one of these, it cost me £8 for one. And I've got about 10. So that's £80. So it's probably around, I don't know, nearly $100, I guess, in America for 10. So it wasn't cheap. So hence the reason that I've hardly used them. But I bought a cheaper version and I cut them all off the stem. This has actually even got the roots on it as well. So, you know, you could stick this in a plant pot in your house and basically it looks real. It's very realistic and it's very, very thick. And they bend. They are wired to there. They've got about that much away from the top that aren't wired. But it's a Sansevieria stem. So I got just obviously I got those mainly to go in if people wanted them on the gardens, to do garden plants. You know, I do that as well. So that's the reason I got those. But these, if I place one at the back, you will see what I mean. It fills in that space where you can see straight through. So by adding that, again, giving it a different texture, and plus it's a fuller leaf, and it makes it look like it's finished off. So we'll add those in. We won't add these smaller pieces in because they're too fine and they're still making us be able to see around the back, and it's not doing the job that I'm requiring. So first of all, now I've come to a conclusion. We need to get in. I want to get in my filler foliage. So let's get in a bay leaf. Again, I'm going to try and get this bit done quicker. Then a Fortunia. You might see all the picks hanging out at the back, but that's just when I was placing it. So I knew where I wanted it positioned. I will sort the bow out, guys, when I've done. I just needed to move the bow while I'm doing it and bend it over. And if you ever think that a leaf is too big, but you still want to use it, cut your scissors around it slightly smaller, but go with the same shape. You're not gonna, if I show you, for those who aren't sure, but you still want to use this filler, but it's just covering too much, then just get your scissors and just go and follow the shape around that the actual leaf is. And make it smaller. So I've done that. Let me just round that bit off a little bit. There. And made that one smaller. So that is what I sometimes do as well, especially when I know they don't fray. And the Fortunia don't fray. So if I think it's too much in my way, and I will. Can't get that one in. There we go. I do occasionally just trim it, basically. I think I want. I mean, you can use ruscus if you want to use a ruscus as well. See, that one's bugging me because it keeps flopping up. So I would just trim. Let me turn it around so I don't go off a funny shape. Make it smaller. There. See, it's still sticking up, but it's not sticking up as much because it was quite covering a lot of that for me. So I've just shortened it. So what did I finish with this? So bay leaf. Again, I'm going to fluff up the bow once I've done it. Oh, have I got any in here? Again, go behind your bow on this occasion. And that should be enough on the inner side. Mind you, I've got one there I can see. Right, that's, let me put one there actually. So let me just, now I've put that in, reposition my bow so it's not looking like it's hidden. And then this one, not really. Sorry guys. So that, like that. I don't need no more of those. I need a rubber band for the baby. Right, let me get these in. So again, these are wired to about 2 inches away from the top. So, oh, I've left one in. What haven't I placed in? Fortune here. So, I'm definitely needing one here. Definitely. So I'm going to get that in straight away. So that's like that. So let me just see. Let's just slightly tilt it. If I need any more. So I want one there. If I just place where I want them and then I can turn it around while I'm doing it. Want one around there. I think that one needs to come down a little bit. Yeah. So that's where I'm going to be placing them. So now I've got that one. That's that. Oops, a daisy. Right, let me just come and have a look. Excuse my head. I think I've got it in my head. I need one more. Oh my God, gracious me. Like one or two more. This is the bush that they come on. So looking at it, I've got that one going over here, and there's one around here. I've got glue attached to it, and then one there. So I really do want to fill it in so it's not. Oh, I know it's getting to that time. Oh, Molly. Oh, don't put your bottom in my face. Oh, gosh. Because I've got that there, that there. So I need one there. drop that. And I need one there. Yeah. So let me put that one in there first. So I need that one there. See, that's not got left me much of a stem, so I'm going to take a bit off where the material's gone right to the bottom. And then I need around here. I can't. Did I have any more in that was loose? No. So finally our colour lilies. Let's have a look. Again, I'm just placing these in. No. No, 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 no. So that's that. I don't need those either. So let me just come and have another look from afar. So as you can see with those bigger leaves in, it's like a star all the way around. Isn't that lovely? That's enough, guys. We don't need nothing else. Because it looks a bit bare there, bring those through again so they can take up those little areas. Again. And on this one. Excuse my head again, guys. Yeah, that's enough. So guys, that is our, I know it's gone over 2 hours again. I'm so sorry. Again, I wanted to explain, you know, things to you, how to position when you're doing a lot of roses, you know. Some people may do it differently, but that is just how I was taught, and I've always, you know, stand by that process because it gives you the balance, and you know, and it doesn't look all out of order, you know, that it's not balanced correctly. All the flowers are positioned in the right place. As you can see, you've got all your triangles in your red again, and so on in your white. There's your 2 flat pieces to your point, and then you use that one of those flat pieces to use with this one to make your point, and so on all the way around. And I've just added the little wispy bits in just to, you know, add to the Valentines with the hearts, and a bit of gypsophilia around the centre to bring the roses alive with those, because it's mainly the ones on the outside that's got white around them. So I wanted to add in white around the centre. I didn't do a big bow. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't even going to go this big, but again, it's my signature style. I can't help myself. But what a wonderful gift to give to a loved one, you know, for Valentine's Day. You know, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And they can you know, cherish it forever and enjoy looking at it and crying or being emotional over it. Again, I've got the webbing mesh in red and white as well, and the I love you. You can't see the sign much, but you tend to, that's not the focal point. The focal point is supposed to be the roses. You've got the bow. I mean, when you do look at it, I notice this ribbon because it stands out. If it was more subtle, you wouldn't notice the ribbon. But I placed a ribbon in that it would stand out and you'd notice it. But majority of it is the red and white roses that are the focal point of this arrangement. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Again, sorry it took so long, but I do like to explain. You know, some people may not like it. Some other people who make their videos may think I go on and on. But I do like to explain to people in a slower speed than what they may do and rush it to the point where the person hasn't understood or didn't hear what they said. So that's me. So anyway, guys, again, if you want to make something like this, not just in reds and whites, you could do it in pinks, you know, pink and whites, or red and pink, you know, anything like that. Even if your loved one doesn't like reds or pinks but like purples and whites, beautiful. You know, anything like that, guys, anything. It would always look absolutely fabulous. And again, I did my bow. I haven't attached this to this one. What I did with the what we call a waterfall, where it goes down, and I've attached the tail ends to the bottom of the wreath. Then I made a separate bow just with one loop of each of those ribbons, and then let the tail end hang down. The little bit of the tail end that you have at the top, I've cut that right down short, and I fastened it down onto the back of the wreath so it doesn't keep popping up and gets it, you know, and makes it look messy. So I've placed it down and kept it down with a piece of floral wire to hold it in place. And then again, I just place my sign on at a slight angle as well. So give it a go, guys. You know, if you enjoyed that, you know, I hope you did. And you know, if you care to subscribe and share to your friends and family, you know, or colleagues, anything like that, oh, I'd be much appreciated. And you know, we all have a lot of fun on here, especially with my you know, my cat. But again, come and join us, and you'll have a wonderful time learning to make beautiful wreaths in artificial flowers and home decor as well. So all the best, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. And again, leave us a little comment or a thumbs up, and I'll see you again tomorrow. So enjoy your day. Bye bye, guys, and thank you very much. Bye. I'll do a close-up, guys, because I know you like close-ups, because you won't be able to see the full potential. Oh, that weren't as good as I usually do it. Excusez-moi. Let me put the light over it. Oops, the daisy. Right, there are your wispy bits with your little seeds on, with some have got love hearts, or beads should I say. There's your white love heart. You know what that's made from, guys? Gross grain ribbon. It's gross grain material. Isn't that lovely? And they are your beautiful, beautiful red roses. Aren't they divine? And then you've got your little wicker love hearts with your fern and your fortunia somewhere there in the background is your filler. And you've got your eucalyptus cinerea, and you've got your forsythia. I forgot what they're called now. You've got your ficus under there as well. And again, you've got your little gypsophilia. And there's your your deco web ribbon in the white and then also in the red. And I've done just 2 loops, 1 loop of each, sorry, at the bottom, and just had the ribbon hanging low. And your little gypsophilia just subtly sat inside as well. So I don't know if I've missed any out, guys, but oh, don't them roses look beautiful? They're so realistic. Oh, so guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And again, give it a go, whether it be something like this on a smaller scale. Who cares? It's all wonderful and you're all brilliant. And enjoy doing it, guys. It's so much fun. So all the best. Take care. God bless. Bye.